Hello, everybody. That would be nice. Thank you. Good. It's almost time. Yes. Simple. Very, very good. Yes. So, no, no, no. Then, and actually, it looks very good. If she wants to, again, no, just want to get through the night. No, no. Can we please just get through the? I'm sure you're on a train. No, you don't understand. With 350, I could. No, no. So the people that are. Well, we won't be able to postpone next. We have to rethink. It's up. Yeah. He was made it all. You go first, Tina. Judge down here. What is this for? Huh? Wants to do the pledge. We do the prayer. Want me to do the pledge? I don't care, whatever y'all want. I'm game for whatever y'all need me. Why am I signing? You wanna do the pledge? Or is Devon's here too? You do the pledge. Right, Mijo, you can do the pledge? You know, you want. Yes, ma'am. And the core, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. I go. Everybody ready? You ready?
Good afternoon, board members, college staff, administration, faculty, students, and guests. The time is 6:01 on this, I think it's the 26th day of September 2024, and I call this meeting of the Laredo College Board of Trustees to order. Mr. Delgado, can you do the prayer? Ms. Erica Garcia, can you do the Pledge of Allegiance? Please rise.
Loving and gracious God, you are indeed the giver of all good gifts, and we thank you today for all of your blessings, for the successful outcomes of our college events, and for all of our faculty, our staff, and most importantly, our students. We ask that you bless them abundantly as we continue to seek your wisdom, your guidance, your courage, and strength. Be with us in our deliberations and help us to be wise in the decisions we make for the good of all those who have placed their trust and confidence in our leadership. Give us the insight to lead with integrity so that our decisions may reflect what is right and what is good. Help us to make decisions that are for the good of all and guard us from blind self-interest. Dear Lord, grant us the humility to always seek your will in all that we do and all that we say. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mrs. Garcia and Mr. Delgado. Can I have Mr. Delgado do roll call, please?
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. Lupita Cepeda,
Present.
Jorge Delgado, present. Jackie Lemon Ramos, absent. Erica Benavides Garcia,
President?
Cindy Liendo,
Present.
Mercurio Martinez Jr., absent. Esteban Rangel, present. Karina Elizondo,
Present.
Tita Cantuvela.
Here.
You have a quorum, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that the notice of the meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. The next item is approval of the minutes of the public hearing and regular monthly board meeting on August 22nd, 2024, and the board workshop of September 14th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So I have a motion by Mrs. Vela and I have a second by Mr. Rangel. Any discussion? None heard. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item I have is public testimony. Do we have any? Thank you. Next item is number 5, recognitions, introduction of personnel, and new personnel actions for the month. The first one is 5A, Laredo College Regional Law Enforcement Academy, Dr. Heriberto Hernandez.
Good evening, board members, Dr. Ramirez administration colleagues. Today, we wanted to take the time to recognize and honor the remarkable team who stand at the forefront of training our future law enforcement professionals. Their commitment, passion, and unwavering dedication to shaping the next generation of officers is nothing short of inspiring. And this was in full display, if you all recall, at the height of COVID, when everything really started happening. The institution pretty much went offline. While instruction was still happening virtually, the police academy, the law enforcement academy was the only entity that was on campus. We reluctantly shut down for about a week because they didn't want to stop. They didn't want to miss a beat, but we did. We regrouped and they continued the operation. And I clearly recall that graduation, we had 100% passing rate. And the banner said 100% passing rate, zero COVID. So, and that's a testament to their dedication and to their commitment. So with us today, I'd like to call up Mr. Donald Hale, who's the director of Laredo College's Regional Law Enforcement Academy, Mr. Israel Santillan, Police Academy instructor, and Mr. Angel Lopez, Law Enforcement Academy technical instructor. As instructors, they not only teach the critical aspects of law enforcement, but also instill the values of integrity, service, and respect. And if any of us have encountered a cadet at the South Campus, we know that they're the most courteous and always the most professional in any encounter that we have with them, and that's a true reflection of the expectations that these gentlemen instill in them. This team is humble in their successes.
You have the two adjunct faculty here as well.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry. If they'll come up. Sheriff Gonzalez,
Let's see.
thank you. Sorry.
No. This team is humble in their successes and reluctant to accolades. But from 2008 until 2024, this team and the instructors that work with them have maintained a passing rate average of 99.80% for jailer license attainment and 99.85% for peace officer license attainment. Over the span of 16 years, that's the average. Aside from these licensures, the Regional Academy works with local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies, providing any required agency training and professional development. This consistency and excellence is a true testament, again, to the dedication and passion that this team has, not only to our students, but to our community. Director Hale, Mr. Santillan, Mr. Lopez, Sheriff, and all the adjuncts here are not only subject matter experts, they are mentors, role models, and leaders. Their patience, encouragement, and high expectations contribute to the excellence we see in our Regional Academy cadets and graduates. And I'll pass it over to Mr. Hale so he can properly introduce the adjuncts that make up this team.
Thank you, Dr. Hernandez, ladies and gentlemen of the board, colleagues. I'm a little bit emotional with that introduction. But we also have our advisory chairman, who's an adjunct, Sheriff Gonzalez. The training coordinator for UISD is one of our core instructors. There's about 20 adjuncts that we have that are not available that couldn't make it today, but we're extremely grateful and blessed to be in the position we're in. And we're going to continue the work that we're doing. And I don't think we're anywhere near where we need to be as far as being excellent or like A-rated, but we keep pushing, we keep evolving, and we keep adjusting as the times change.
And if I may add,
Chair recognizes Dr. Ramirez.
thank you, Madam Chair. I did want to recognize the team for obviously their accolades, their successes with their testing, the success of the program over the course of the last 16 years. But I can attest that at least for as long as I've been here, their willingness to respond and support immediately to anything is incredible. But along with that, their new facility that is being remodeled in an effort to continue to promote the program and develop the program, as Mr. Hale said, to continue to promote and develop the program in its entirety based on their goals and their objectives and where they want to take this academy for Laredo College is really not only commendable, but admirable. And so to all of them from the entire community, not just the Laredo College community, but the entire community of Laredo, Texas owes them a great deal of gratitude because they really do prepare all of the law enforcement agents, not only in Laredo, but in the surrounding counties, for constables, for the sheriff's department, for all of the different areas of law enforcement. And so they not only deserve this recognition, but I think they deserve our admiration. So thank you, gentlemen, for what you do every day. Thank you for your leadership, Mr. Hale. I know that leadership means everything. And so congratulations to all of you for your work and thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Rose.
And I can agree with Dr. Hernandez. I get to see the gentleman almost every day, and I get to see the cadets. They're very, very nice, friendly, very helpful. They open the door, and they're always very, very receptive to anyone that's visiting the building. Thank you for all your hard work. We appreciate it.
I'd like to take a photograph, if we may, with the cadets. I mean, with the leadership of the program and the Board of Trustees,
Sure.
please.
Chair recognizes Jackie Ramos joining us by Zoom.
Thank you.
In closing, I'd like to thank the board, Dr. Ramirez, again, as she mentioned, for supporting the initiatives that will improve the center and continue allowing us to improve on taking it to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hernandez. Next item is 5B, Division of Academic Innovation and Technology Recognition, Dr. Elizabeth Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, Dr. Elizabeth Rodriguez, excuse me, Dean of Academic Innovation and Technology, President of the College Board of Trustees. I'm here with some of my team members. I'm here to highlight some of the work that they're doing aside, and this is actually extra work that they're doing aside from their day-to-day activities. They are out there promoting Laredo College and the great work that we're doing here at the college. And I'll go back one by one. First, Ms. Beatriz Flores Martinez, who is our e-learning instructional design specialist. She submitted a proposal for this year's Open Texas 2024. And the title of the proposal was Deep in the Heart of the Great OER Texas Hold'em Migration. And actually her presentation was yesterday, and I was fortunate enough it's a virtual conference. And so I was fortunate enough to be part of that presentation. And I can say that the members that joined that session were very impressed by her presentation and by sharing the work that we're doing here at Laredo College as it pertains to OER. So congratulations to her. Miss Maria Partida, she is our Writing Center Director, and she submitted a proposal to the IGI Global, and it's a leading independent academic publisher of international scientific research. And her proposal, her chapter proposal was accepted, and her chapter proposal is on AI training and assessment of writing tutors and writing centers, technology pedagogy. And so it's going to be part of an upcoming book entitled Impact of Emergent Technologies on Writing Centers and Pedagogy. And so congratulations to her on her work. Next, we have Lily Gutierrez. She is our instructional technology specialist for the Instructional Technology Center. And her proposal, she submitted a proposal to TCEA, which is Texas Computer Education Association. And it's a conference happening in October in Austin. And she submitted a proposal entitled Next Level Training and Facilitation Skills in the Digital Era. And I'm happy to report that her proposal was approved, so she will be representing Laredo College at this conference in October. Congratulations. And last but not least is our Director Brenda Carmona. She's the Director of the Technology Instructional Center. And aside from the amount of work that she's doing, it's a brand new center. She's been actually operational for a year. They actually just celebrated their 1 year anniversary. I believe it was last week. Aside from all the work that she's doing to promote digital learning and to go into the classrooms and incorporate technology into the classrooms and work very closely with faculty and students. And her center has actually become very, very popular with both faculty and students. She was selected and is now appointed to be one of the newest advisors for the LC's Phi Theta Kappa chapter. So congratulations to her. So thank you so much. Again, aside from all the work that they're doing, they're actually going beyond their call of duty and representing Laredo College in an excellent way. So thank you for allowing us to recognize them today.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, ladies.
You want to say something? The next item is 5C, Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board Student Success Advisory Work Group. Dr. Marisela Rodriguez Tijerina.
Marisela Rodriguez Tijerina, Provost Vice President of Academic Affairs. Good evening, board members, administration, colleagues, and guests. I'm here to proudly announce Dr. Horacio Salinas, if he can stand up, I know. He was selected to serve on the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board Student Success Advisory Work Group. This work group works very closely with the agency's Division of Student Success, whose staff are engaged in a number of projects to identify types and effectiveness of various student success programs and initiatives. In case you don't know what this division did recently, they added a student success program inventory on the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board website. It's a project that was launched in 2021, which the state canvassed to help identify programs impacting students, family, faculty, and staff experiences, supporting successful key transitions from secondary to post-secondary to completions to careers. The next phase, which is what Dr. Salinas is going to work with, is to help evaluate the program impact on student outcomes while continuing to build and improve the inventory experience. He will provide guidance, feedback, and recommendations for accelerating student success programs and initiatives that will possibly impact accessibility, persistence, completions, work transitions, or workforce transitions, including academically and economically disadvantaged student populations. He's now also our new Dean of Workforce Education. He transitioned from that. He has over 20 years of experience in higher education and in leadership. So we're very proud that he was handpicked to the state to serve on a very important initiative that revolves around student success that we all know is so important, retention and completion, and of course, students obtaining work or transitioning to higher ed or transferring to higher ed institutions. So we're very grateful and very honored that he was selected, and I know that he will represent the college extremely well.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Next item is 5D, recognition of Phi Theta Kappa Theta Theta Chapter Advisor Service. Dr. Minita Ramirez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Phi Theta Kappa recently sent me a letter, and in that letter, to our surprise, came a very distinguishing honor for one of our faculty members. I'd like to read the letter to you all. and to our audience, because it merits its importance. Dear Dr. Ramirez, we at Phi Theta Kappa owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to our chapter advisors whose dedicated service is responsible for the success of our local chapters. Advisors are truly the lifeblood of our organization, and we are delighted to recognize them for their years of service. On your campus, we are proud to honor Dr. Laura Ramirez Cruz for 18 years of service as advisor of the Phi Theta Kappa chapter. Please join us as we express our gratitude to your chapter advisor for services rendered to Phi Theta Kappa over the many years by presenting the enclosed gift during the appropriate occasion. We ask that you convey to Laura our sincerest appreciation for the service and time given to further the ideals of Phi Theta Kappa at your college. Many college presidents are further recognizing their dedication of their chapter advisors with an Alpha Courtyard brick purchased in his or her honor that is placed at the Phi Theta Kappa Center for Excellence. And we'll take care of that as well. That's their commercial. But thank you for your assistance in recognizing the achievement of your chapter advisor and for your continuing interest in our society. Sincerely, Lynn Ladner, President and CEO of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. And so, ladies and gentlemen, just to give you a little bit of just last year alone, Laura Ramirez Cruz was named the 2023 Most Distinguished Advisor in the Texas region among 250 advisors. She was also the advisor awarded the 2023 Distinguished Advisor Award at the PTK Catalyst Convention amongst 1,800 advisors. She completed both the College Project in Honors and in Action Project. She added 82 new members to Phi Theta Kappa and added the 2023 Texas Honor Institute, the 2023 District 5 meeting, 2023 Texas Regional Convention, and the 2024 PTK Catalyst Convention. All of these she was able to attend, and she not only attended, but took students and provided them with those opportunities of participating at the state level. And so I'd like to ask Laura Ramirez Cruz to come forward as we present her with her pin. Invite your family to join us? Yeah. Will your family want to join? You all want to join me?
Yes, of course.
Congratulations again, and thank you for everything you do for our college. Next item is 5E, Leadership Women Texas, Dr. Minita Ramirez. I'll let you get back.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Sorry, I forgot to give her her certificate. The pin was so pretty. So recently, this last year, we had, three, women within our organization who we nominated for the, Leadership Texas program that's been around for many years and started, many years ago. It's an experiential leadership program for women leaders interested in the understanding of cultural, economic, and social shifts in the state of Texas. Participants travel to 3 cities in Texas to broaden their network and understand issues facing Texas and its place in the world. The 3 ladies that we included did such an excellent job. I received numerous phone calls from board members and friends of mine that were so excited to have them because of their ability to not only participate, but to offer experiences of their own. And so I wanted to recognize the 3 women, Dr. Veronica Martinez, Denise Flores, and Ana Lu Ramirez, faculty member. If you're in the room, please step forward. The 3 of them completed their year. The 3 of them completed their year with Leadership Texas, and it is an incredible sisterhood across the state of Texas. And for those of us that have done Leadership Texas know what it means to be part of such a distinguished group of women from all over this great state, and certainly to give our our women, sorry guys, but it's women only. I didn't make up the rules, Ann Richards did. But it is a distinguished group of women, and it really is an honor for us to be able to get our incredible people to participate and to be recognized at the state level. And so, ladies, I wanted to congratulate you publicly and thank you for representing Laredo College in such a distinguished manner. So congratulations. I hope it was wonderful for you all. Good.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ladies, again. The next item is 5F, introduction of personnel actions. Dr. Ramirez?
Thank you. Yes, we have a few new hires, and so I'd like to introduce them to you all. We have 2 new music directors, or music instructors, pardon me. Mr. Luis Leal, if you all will come to the front as I call your names, and then we'll take a group photo. Mr. Leal is teaching already for us, and he's in the process of starting our mariachi program as well, and helping out in numerous aspects of the music department. Richard Vanderwalker, also a music instructor. I hear he's extremely talented with a little keyboard there, a piano and voice. So maybe soon we'll get to hear him sing and play for us, but we're very excited that you're here, sir, so welcome. Workforce Development Center Coordinator, Graciela Perez. Gracie, are you here? No? Admission Specialist 2 for the South Campus, Yvonne Delgado. Admission Specialist 2 also at the South Campus, Maria Robles. And both of these ladies have been with us for a while, and they have been just an incredible, how long have you been here? Yvonne? And Mary? 10? And so they just got a promotion, and so we wanted to congratulate them and recognize them and thank them, because in very short periods of time, they processed a whole lot of applications, and so they did a really great job. Police officer for the South Campus, Andrew Martinez. Is he on duty? Okay. Lead Center Counselor, Jennifer Chapa. Is she here? I can't see. Hi, Jen. Technical Support Coordinator, Gabriel Gonzalez. Data Effectiveness Coordinator, Sara Saldaña. Are you here, Sara? Okay, so these are this month's new hires and a couple of promotions, and so we wanted to recognize them and give them an opportunity to meet all of you. So congratulations, and if you all will come to the front, we'll take a group photo. Yes? For our new hires, if you have questions, ask Mary and Yvonne. They know everything. Sorry, I know we had a lot of recognitions, but it's worth it. I think it's worth it. They're doing great things.
Cowboys play tonight, just saying.
It's awesome, no? We're doing some great things.
Congratulations and welcome to Laredo College. Next item is number 6, Faculty Senate Report, Dr. Gilberto Martinez.
Good evening, honorable trustees, President Ramirez. Thank you for allowing me to deliver this report. As you know, a few weeks ago, my colleague, Dr. Nick Gorecki, had his musical piece presented in Poland. And we got to hear a little bit of it during lunchtime, and it was beautiful and it was a great success, but it was great representation for him, and his work is outstanding. And if you ever get to listen to him play, he's great. I also wanted to report on the work of Dr. Rafael Romo from the kinesiology department. As you know, we are working on, well, I have nothing to do with it, but they're working on the Bass Heart program for next year, but they've already gotten a head start. And right now, currently, we have 45 of our Laredo College students, dual students, also from LISD, who are actively now officiating games. Unfortunately, we've had some sports games that had to be canceled because we're not finding enough officials. But now with our own students out there, they are officiating football games, volleyball games, and some of them are doing so well that they're being invited to join the chain gang on football fields, and that's a pretty big honor, because you know, as you move up, you get to officiate, you know, JV and varsity, and then so forth. Another added bonus that they are pleasantly finding out is that by becoming certified with TASO, they become officials that can get paid. So they are, you know, making probably, I don't know, $120 a game. And so it's like a nice part-time job for them, but they, you know, they see that the benefits of that. And so we're already ahead of the game. And so that program is led by Dr. Rafael Romo under the direction of Dr. Armando Perez, who's the chair of the kinesiology department. And this is embarrassing. It really is. But if you allow me a little self-promotion, that will help also. I was in a film, The Son Who Can't Play Trumpet. We shot that here in Laredo, and it's being debuted. Well, it's already made its debut, but right now it's at the Palm Springs Film Festival, so it's making the festival circuit there. And I'm in it. I'm in a little part in it, but I also want to say that people have been falling in love with downtown Laredo. And because there's the part that I'm in is shot in Laredo, in downtown Laredo, and they're asking like, "Whoa, where's this place? Can we go shoot there? It looks so, it looks so great and so forth." And it just reminded me of how I think Laredo College is also a very unique place. I don't know if any of you have watched the film Lone Star with Matthew McConaughey is in it, and the late Sam Shepard, my favorite playwright, he was in it. But I'm sorry.
Are you in that one?
No, I'm not in that one. I wish. But Laredo College, the campus is featured in that film tremendously. Like they don't say it's Laredo College, but you can tell right away it's Laredo College, and so I hope that in the future anybody can take a picture of their home or of their backyard and submit it to the Texas Film Association. And hopefully we can begin to take pictures of our beautiful campuses, submit those, and when filmmakers are looking for places to shoot, they could probably come to Laredo and shoot. And, filmmakers will pay us to use our facilities, I mean, if we charge them, I don't know. But I just wanted to say that, and that concludes my faculty senate report. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Martinez. Next item we have is number 7, Laredo College Student Government Association Report. Mr. Raimundo Gonzalez.
Good evening, Board of Trustees, Dr. Minta Ramirez, Laredo College President, and everyone in attendance to this meeting here tonight. I stand proudly and humbly in front of you as your Laredo College Student Government Association President-elect for 24-25 year. Now, as for my report, I have prepared a PowerPoint presentation, so let me load that real quick.
Really short.
I would like to begin by mentioning our 2024-2025 Student Government Association officers elections. Now, campaigning and elections were held during the week of September 9th through the 12th. And let's go ahead and review the SGA election results.
Okay.
So as you can see, we did have 3 candidates for the presidential position, and this is the total amount of votes right here.
Yeah.
This is for the vice president's position. Here's for the secretary. Oh, I see now. Gotcha. This. There we go. So just to go back up, this is the presidential candidate position. This is for the vice president. These are the results for our secretary, for our treasurer, and this is for our senators.
Mhm.
We're close.
Alrighty. Now,
Chair recognizes, Mrs. Garcia.
typically we have 10 open positions. However, only 7 senators did run. So we will be looking to fill those vacancies soon. Yes, thank you. Now, I would like to mention that this was a monumental election in the Student Government Association's history, as this was the highest student participation in our student voting. This was the highest turnout that we have ever had, and we had a total of 570 students vote. We are very proud of this, and in addition, we do have an increased support and interest from the student body. As you can see, we did have 3 candidates for our president's position, and in the past, we've only had 2 and 1 candidates. I do have some stats right there, so you can go ahead and see them. And so as you can see, this was the year with the most candidates and with the most amount of votes, and we are very proud of that. Now, I would like to introduce you to your 2024-2025 Student Government Association. So if you all would like to join me up here, please. Wonderful. Now, not everyone could be present with us here this evening, but I will mention their name so that you start to recognize them. Of course, I am your president-elect. For our vice president-elect, we did have Lindsay Ballesteros. Unfortunately, she could not be here with us this evening. We do have our treasurer, Ms. Brittany Ruiz, and she is right here. We also do have our secretary, Francisca Rodriguez, and unfortunately, Francisca also could not make it this evening. Now, we do have 7 senators, beginning with Magali de la Cruz Coronado, and she is right here. We do also have Emily Garza, and unfortunately, she could not be with us here this evening as well. We also have Roxanne Jimenez. We have Senator Yamile Perez. We have Senator Pedro Rueda. Unfortunately, he could also not make it this evening. And last but not least, we do have Senator Randy Villarreal. I'm extremely proud of them, of their effort and their dedication to campaigning, and I'm so happy to have them on our team. Thank you.
Well, Raimundo, do you want to take a photograph with the group and the board for your all's records?
That would be great, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Congratulations.
Alrighty, now we would also like to mention our Student Government Association retreat. This happened on last Friday, September the 20th, and we went over a couple of things. And first and foremost, synergy. So we got the chance to know each other, we got the chance to get acquainted with each other and start to get along and know how we're gonna start to work together, so that we can ultimately build up the SGA and have a successful year. Now, we also did cover Robert's Rules of Order, so we know how to make motions, we know how to second them, and our first official business meeting will be tomorrow. So I have full faith in them that they're gonna do wonderful. So that will be happening. And we also covered SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based goals, so that we know that our goals are attainable, we know that we can commit them in a certain amount of time, and we can dedicate a lot of time for them. So we would also like to bring up our Cartas con Causa Loteria, which was a fundraiser in which Laredo College and IBC Bank did team up together to go ahead and fundraise in the form of a loteria in which was open to the public, and all proceeds would be going to MD Anderson Research Cancer Hospital in Austin, Texas. This did happen in the Maravilla Gym on September 6th, and we had our president-elect Raimundo Gonzalez calling out the cards, and we had our president-elect, vice president-elect Lindsay Ballesteros give the commencement speech, and she also handed out prizes. The event was a success, and overall, we are thankful. We want to thank the Office of Student Life, Rec and Recreation and Esports, which allowed us to use the Maravilla Gym facility, and we would also like to thank the event services team, as they were extremely helpful with the event. Now, as I did mention previously, tomorrow we will be officially sworn in, which is why I have been referring to us as elects, because technically we have only been elected, but tomorrow we will be sworn in our first official business meeting. We will also be passing our budget, and we will be talking about future things that we will be doing, such as our participation in the Fun Fest and the Fall Fest, excuse me, and as well as we're going to be preparing for our Texas Junior College Student Government Association Region 6 conference, which we are proud to be hosting here locally on our Laredo College campus. So we are going to have participating Region 6 members of the Texas Junior College Student Government Association that will be attending a conference here on our institutions. And we're extremely proud of that, and we are happy to announce it. I want to thank all of you for your time, and I also just want to give a big thank you on the behalf of the Student Government Association. And we do thank you all for giving us your time and for allowing us to speak and share our voice. Now, I do want to give a little disclaimer and kind of point out the elephant in the room. If you're wondering why we are dressed in a getup like this, why I'm dressed in the getup, which is the cowboy costume, I guess you could say. The IBC Bank and the MD Anderson Research Center was actually so impressed with our performance at the Cartas con Casa fundraiser that they have invited our Student Government Association and participating select employees of Laredo College to actually go to a Giving Cancer the Boot. This is a gala that's going on tonight at IBC Bank. So after this, we will be heading over there, and that is why I'm dressed like this. In case you're wondering. So, thank you.
Chair recognizes Dr. Ramirez.
Madam Chair, I do want to congratulate them for their efforts. For those of us that were here for the Cartas con Causa, it was an incredible event. The students did everything. The folks from IBC Bank were extremely impressed. Their advisor, Pedro Rivera, and all of the kids, they did all of the calling, they did all the setup, they did everything. They gathered all the gifts. It was an incredible opportunity. If you're interested, there is a YouTube video that's online. There are 2 YouTube videos, thank you, Mr. Vieira, online of our students and their efforts in giving back, not just to our community, but to causes like cancer. And in this case, they took this on knowing that everyone, probably everyone in this room at one time or another has been touched by this horrible disease that we've not been able to find a full cure for. And so I want to congratulate the students for taking on the challenge and doing an incredible job, and certainly for getting out the vote. So congratulations to you all. I know that they're going to continue to do great things for our college and continue to represent us well. So good luck to you all, and welcome to our table. And have
you.
fun at the party.
Thank you, Dr. Minita, and thank you, board. Madam.
Congratulations and thank you.
Madam Chair.
Anyone else? The chair recognizes Mr. Rangel.
Mr. Gonzalez, congratulations. Wishing you the very best on your year of presidency, and I guess we'll look forward into seeing if he doesn't want to be a college board member in the future. Madam Chair, may I make a motion to bring up item 10K?
Chair, I'm sorry, I wanted to make a comment on that, on this item before we pass to the next.
Oh.
Before we, move to the next item, I would like to make a comment on this.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor right now, Ms. Elizondo. Let me complete the motion and then I'll call you. Okay? So I have a motion by Mr. Rangel. I have a second by Mr. Delgado. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So you want to bring up 10K, it's approval of 3-year agreement with Illusion for Technology Management Services, Mr. Cesar Vela.
And just for the record, Madam Chair, I did talk to Dr. Minita Ramirez about this. This wasn't discussed in the Finance Committee meeting, so either way, we were planning on pulling it out. So it's just a presentation for this item.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. Cesar Vela, VP of Finance and Administration for the record. Tonight we have an item for consideration, and that is to request an approval for a 3-year agreement with Illusion for technology management services. The total amount for the 3-year engagement is $1,595,232. We're also asking, as part of the approval process, that we utilize $531,744 from the general fund balance to cover the first year of the agreement. This engagement is basically requesting services for to be provided so that we can have the support to provide to our IT office. And basically, some of the areas that we are focusing on or that we have identified as a need for the institution is, one is with the amount of projects that we currently have for IT. That's both software and obviously equipment upgrading of. We've had challenges in keeping up with some of the modernization of processes for the IT office. So one of the services that we're looking for is obviously to look at our operational practices that we currently have. And basically, this will help us to improve the services that we provide in IT. And also, it's a compliance to make sure that we are complying with the local, state, and federal regulations and laws. Again, not that it's not being done, but again, with the amount of workload that we currently have, we do feel a need to have that extra assistance. Also, one of the key elements that we are needing is to have a technology governance system. Currently, right now, most of the software and technology decisions are made at the departmental levels. And what that has caused is that we do get a great amount of requests for software and technology.
And so by having a technology governance system, what we're looking is to have a team. And again, the service will help us develop that team and also provide the guidance and as well as provide the support that is needed to maintain such system. But basically, it's important for us to have a balanced view of the priorities and needs of the institution when it comes to software and technology. Again, we want to make sure that decisions are not made by an individual department or an individual. It's made by a group of a team. So obviously, this helps us make sure that we have a unified standards for systems, policies, and procedures. Um, Another area that we has been identified is obviously making sure that our technology plan aligns with the institution's strategic plan. Again, making sure that all the uh, investment that we're doing in technology aligns with those goals that we have as an institution. Again, this is it's important because we need to have the work plan. And obviously, one other area that would be addressed with this part of service is the communication. Right now, we have communication within the IT department and certain departments, but what we're finding is as projects grow and the need for services increases, we do sometimes have breaks in communication. So we feel that's important. Again, this is important so that we maintain our technology strategic plan and aligned with our institutional strategic plan. And again, this part of the services that are also being recommended is obviously making an assessment of the structure, making sure that we have the necessary resources and they're properly allocated. And as also part of the service is obviously making sure that we're prepared for any incident responses. And again, not that we don't have these plans in place, but again, it's important to have the assistance in some of these areas. Again, with the amount of workload that we have in the IT office, we have multiple projects ongoing. And so we just need to make sure that the software and technology that's being requested is aligning with the goals of the institution and to make sure that we have the necessary resources. Again, that part of the assessment also is going to include that if there are any items that they feel may not be needed, to make sure that we make the necessary adjustments to some of those, to the IT plan. Again, these are some of the, again, those items included with this services. Obviously, we'll have access to a team of professionals that will provide assistance in network business processes, systems, and strategic planning when it comes to technology.
Chair recognizes Mr. Rangel.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, first of all, I do want to commend Dr. Ramirez and the staff. I know that this was an item that was discussed on the evaluation of Dr. Ramirez, and I'm happy that you're bringing it forward because I think it's very important that, you know, we do have a very good IT system in place for the college, right? So I have a couple of questions, Mr. Vela. You said it's 1.5, around 1.5. Is it going for 3 years? Are we gonna be paying 500,000 per year? That's what we're looking at?
Yes.
Yes.
And you're getting 500,000 from the general fund?
Yes, for this, for the 2025 fiscal year, this item was not in the budget, so
Okay.
we're requesting. For years 2 and 3, we
You're
would
gonna
put it
budget
part
it
of
in.
the budget, yes.
Okay. The equipment that you're saying, I mean, this item that you're bringing forward, this does not include any equipment, right?
No,
This
these
is
are
just a base
services.
contract.
Yes.
And are they gonna come in here and be here for 3 years, or is it just gonna be everything via Zoom?
No, so
Okay.
the engagement calls for having a staff member to be
Present
present.
for 3 years?
Yes, for 3 years here on
Okay.
campus. And we'll also have access to another full-time person, and that would be remotely as needed. But there will be somebody that will be housed here locally and would have an office here at the institution.
That's
The
great.
position, the way the structure would work, the position will report directly to the president
Okay,
and work with the executive team on making sure that all of our technology is following the strategic plan and making sure that we look at the recommendations and make sure that we align all the resources that are needed. to be
That's
able to-
good. Now, you did mention something very important, which is you're taking it away from the department heads of allowing them to purchase any type of, I guess, system that they want to work with. I like that fact because I think it is important that it is structured that all systems needs to be able to talk to each other because it's very important. So I'm happy like we do that at LISD. We have any program that we want to buy or purchase, it has to go through our IT department so they can make sure that what we're going to use it and if it needs to jive with another system in the school district. So they always make a recommendation. So I like that. But I would also like the fact that the departments had and to have some input of what they want. You know,
Yes.
I mean, not just take it away 100% from them, but at least have that percentage of the department heads wanting to make sure of what they want to accomplish with whatever type of system they want to run with.
Yes, I'm sorry, and it's not that we're taking that away from the department heads. The department heads will still be able to submit the request. They'll be able to look at the software that they, or any improvements in technology that they want to recommend or implement in their divisions or departments. What we're trying to do is have a governance system where those requests then go to a committee
Mhm.
to be reviewed. One of the challenges that we have is that we are getting as we're moving more to streamline and automate processes, we're getting a lot of requests that are coming in from all the units in the institution. And what that has created is obviously with the amount of the limited resources that we have, unfortunately, some of those projects are taking longer than what the department wants. So this team would be there to review, obviously, the request and make sure that the software falls in line to, one, with our systems, and also to make sure that they're lined up with the strategic plan, but also to have a prioritization system. So that way the departments are kept in the communication loop and say, okay, your request has been reviewed, it has been approved, and it's right now priority number 3, but not to leave that decision to one individual. So this is part of all this, coming in, doing an assessment of our processes, and then identifying key team members that need to be part of the governance system to make sure that these decisions are not left up to just one individual or one department. And
Yeah, I have one last question, and I think maybe the last one. So what we're also gonna be doing, is this going to also be, not showcased, but used by the community? Like any type of program that they're gonna wanna, like, implement or something like that? Like, are they gonna be, is this going to be just for staff? Or is it also going to be for like staff and students, staff and parents and?
so when we look at technology,
Everything.
it's for operations. It could be for instruction,
Okay.
and for the community. So yes.
The reason why I'm bringing this up, like whatever's rolled out, that's going to be for the community. Hopefully, we could roll out something that could be bilingual, both in English and Spanish, for the community. And I'm just thinking, like, let's say me as a parent, that I'm trying to help out my son or daughter to enroll, to pay, financial aid or whatever it is, to be able to, hopefully, if there's a system in place that could be translated, if they want to go ahead and open up the page and read it in Spanish or something like that. Hopefully that is considered for the community because I think it's very important too, Mr. Vela.
And that's where compliance comes into play. We are required to provide information, whether it's in electronic format or or printed material to make sure that we are in compliance with some of those requirements of that we have to provide it both in English and Spanish. So this would be part of, obviously, when we're looking at software accessibility and making sure that we're complying with the rules and regulations if we have to have it in different languages.
Good job. Thank you, Dr. Ramirez, for doing this.
The chair recognizes Mr. Delgado and then Mrs. Garcia. Oh, okay. Mr. Delgado?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Vela, so two things. Well, I think it's, Esteban asked one of the questions in regards to the cost breakdown, but you talk about how these actions are already pretty much done within the administration and within the faculty and the staff. Is this going to help speed things up a little bit in the decision-making process within the administration?
That is part of the assessment, right? Look at our business practices, our business processes, how we do some of our service to our students and staff. And so, yes, some of those outcomes are to streamline processes and again, to make sure that we have a system in place, that procedures and business practices are documented, and to make sure that they all, again, comply with school policies and regulations.
So it's
So-
part compliance, but also part.
Yes, yes,
essentially
it's again,
speeds-
looking at the operational side too. And like I said, looking as we're handling projects, obviously making sure and looking at our structure right now, our current structure, make sure that we have the appropriate resources allocated to be able to handle all these requests.
I just want to know if it's going to pay for itself by speeding things up.
I hope so. I hope so.
Thank you, Mr. Vela. Thank you,
Thank
Madam
you.
Chair.
Anyone else?
I motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion by Mr. Rangel. I have a second by Mr. Delgado. Any discussion? None heard. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, Mr. Vela.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr. Vela.
At this time, I'd like to recognize Ms. Elizondo.
It is my understanding that the students are no longer there, so I'll just reach out to them personally. And I mean, this is not the first time that this happened, so I respectfully ask that you go through the Robert Rules of Order because the item was still on the table.
Okay. Mr. Muir? Did we not? I thought we had a point of order since we already had
Motion.
a motion on the table.
There was a motion on the table. I think that the board voted on it. I mean, I think that right now the matter is moot because the students have left. They're not here.
Right.
So
Okay,
even you could bring that item back now, but the students are gone. So I think it's a moot point.
okay. Thank you, Mr. Muir. Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. So the next item is number 8, information items. 8A is annual report update for grants department. Mr. Gabriel Lozano.
Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Ramirez, administration, staff, colleagues. Excuse me. My name is Gabriel Lozano, Director of Grants for the record. I just wanted to give the board a brief report on some of our production, some of the grants that well, it's actually a summary, right? We decided to recap 2023 and 2024. So hopefully y'all can see the numbers. Real fast in 2023, the grants office submitted 22 total proposals. The value of those proposals was $11,301,472. Out of those 22, we were awarded 20 total grants awarded. The value of the awarded grants was $6,579,195. 2 grants were denied, and we're not pending any decisions. In 2024, we have 24 grants so far submitted. Total value $20 million, $20,488,296. Number of grants awarded has been 6. The value of those grants has been $1,845,062. Of those 24 grants, 3 have been denied and 15 are still pending. And just on the, so those are our totals. And on a side note, we try our best. 2 things I want to talk about. First thing, we try our best to accommodate all requests from all departments and all the programs that we have. So you can imagine how daunting that can be sometimes, but we do our best to make sure that we can apply for as many as we can. We actually have an application that we're going to bring up to Dr. Ramirez tomorrow, and it's due tomorrow, but we're still going to turn it in. So, those are the kind of efforts that we try to make. And also, I wanted to introduce, we have a new grant writer. Well, he started in March, but his name is Francisco Reyes, and he's been a great asset to the college and very ambitious and determined, for us to apply for as many grants as we can. So, and also wanted to thank Dr. Ramirez for her leadership and Dr. Ortiz for her support. We tried, we submitted a grant on Monday, actually, and it was ambitious. We partnered with, with Webb County, Azteca, Gateway, MHP Salud, a couple other nonprofits. And that grant was for almost $12 million, and it was to upgrade internet capability. It's called a term called digital equity. So that was the latest application that we submitted. So that kind of an update on some of our work, and hopefully we'll be back at the next board meeting to announce some new grants that we've gotten. We have, like I said, we have 15 pending. So we're hoping to get a good percentage of those awarded. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Chair recognizes Dr. Ramirez.
Madam Chair, I do want to recognize these gentlemen and the department because for those of us that have written grants, it really is tedious and it is difficult and getting all of us in a room to get everybody's input, and it's not always easy. And so they're really patient. They've been working really well with the different departments and the different faculty departments. All of this money for these grants is dedicated to a particular department or program or initiative. And so it is helpful. In many cases, they're new opportunities for new programming. And so they see things, they're checking things daily on all kinds of websites and government sites to look for opportunities for us. And they are aggressive. And sometimes I look at them and I say, really, by next Friday? And they somehow manage. And so, all we can, and he always says the same thing, all they can tell us is no. And right now we don't have the money. So maybe what if they say yes? And so they keep trying. And so their efforts are certainly recognized. And so thank you, gentlemen, for what you do.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Congratulations. Next item is 8B, Annual Report Update for Development Department. Mr. Rene Gonzalez.
Good evening, Board Chair, members of the board, Dr. Ramirez. For the record, Rene Gonzalez with the Development Office. Just to give you up, as you can see on the screen, we've been working with we want to give you a yearly review of the endowments and the scholarships that have been provided. In the year 22-23, we had $3,500,000 in endowments that are in the bank. At this point, after August of 24, we have $3,830,000. So it's an increase of $375,000. So we've been able to increase in the year $375,000, and we're very grateful for your support, Dr. Ortiz and the Institutional Advancement, for helping us. Part of the tools that we use is the supportive dollars by the college. As a family told us, he goes, we enjoy the fact that Laredo College board members are also investing in the future of the children, and we want to match that. So that we're very grateful to the board and to Dr. Ortiz for setting this communication with you all and helping us increase that number. At the present time, working with 2 or 3 different families to try to increase next year's donors. So we hopefully have a positive report to you. In donor designated scholarships was those that they get at the high school level and are brought directly where a student is directly arrives with the financial aid office into the enrollment department saying, I have a scholarship from UISD or anyone for 1,000. Last year we had the amount of $186,000. This year we're at $134,000. So just fall compared to the year before, you can see that we're almost gonna pass it and even go higher with scholarships. So we're very thankful to the enrollment department, financial aid, and those departments that work hand in hand with the students to get their enrolled and their tuition paid for. In scholarship money, the scholarship revenues is basically those scholarships that came in through the donor system. Any interest that we get, and thank you board for the interest that you changed the system, and we've gotten higher interest on the endowment, so we're very thankful for that. And what you'll notice is that last year we had 738 students impacted, and that's both donor designated and scholarships. This year we're already at 500 and something just in the fall. So we're looking at going past that pace, and that doesn't include the Palomino giving that you all voted on to approve. So it's a pretty good increase. We're working very hard, and we're very thankful for all the departments working together to get these students enrolled and helping them create better lives for themselves. In employee giving, we've increased it to 14,000, and that's an increase from 4% last year to 24%, 28% this year. So we've been able, and we had a presentation in August, and all the offices that were 100%. We gave them a plaque and everything. We're very excited and started preparing for next year. So hopefully we'll be able to increase that 28%. So the employees, it's on you.
Well, and if I might add, Madam Chair, a lot of those grants that the grant writers are writing will ask, what is your employee giving? Because they want to know if we as employees are taking any kind of skin in the game, if you want, into what's happening on our campus. And so they'll ask. So that number becomes extremely important in grant writing, as does our endowment and as does our interest from those endowments that we offer as scholarships. And so kudos to the department because they've really done an incredible job trying to align all of these accounts, and it's been a labor of love for sure. So thank you, Mr.
And
Gonzalez.
Susan Ramirez is always calling everyone to try to increase that number so we can help out the grant department. Alumni giving, at this point, we have $10,000 from alumni that have been raised in funds. We hope to get to about 20,000. We can purchase constant contact information that will get directly tied to creating an alumni association, alumni process. So we're very thankful to Suzanne to doing that, and of course Angie Nunez for helping out with this also process. The other thing is the foundation. We want to recognize the foundation. We've come a long way. We've been in very constant communication with them, and we use them with the grants department, use them as a tool to bring in the money to the foundation, which they have to see the 501c3 recognition, and then we transfer the funds and bring them into the program itself. So it enters our system, and Mr. Vela takes care of the deposits and everything we work. And last, I've talked about money, but we also had this year, and we started this fall, with your help and your support and the board, we've been able to get students computers. And with the help of the board chair, Lupita Cepeda, we were able to first initiate the conversation and start the amount of computers that we were able to get for the system. And as we slowed down, went back up, how many, what can you afford? She helped us continue that conversation. And so we were able to get basically all the individual students that are in the bachelor's of organizational leadership in this semester went home with a computer. And that was very important for them because not only do they get to use it at school, but a lot of them need a computer for work also. So they now have a computer and we can, listen to testimonies and they said, "You've changed my life." So we're very thankful for the work that's being done by the board and then Dr. Ramirez especially, for getting this investment going and we promise to hopefully do more in the next year to come.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure having you on the team.
Thank you and congratulations.
Okay.
Next item is 8C, Flamenco Fest update, Mr. Rene Gonzalez, Ms. Cristina Greco, Ms. Patricia Godinez.
Good evening, everyone. This year, our dance department took on a new opportunity for Laredo College to showcase our dance department and our local dancers. We hosted Laredo's first ever flamenco festival. The week-long classes we hosted for all levels in dance, music, and vocals were taught by performing artist professionals in their respected field and finished the week with a spectacular concert from Hijastros, the American Flamenco Repertory Company, and culminated with a Saturday tablao performance in the Kazan Center by some of the outstanding artists who taught the workshops. And I'm very proud to say that some of these professional dancers were former students of Ms. Greco and I, as well as Laredo College. In recognition of the enthusiastic support of the arts, an Alma de Arte Award was initiated and presented to well-known dancer of Laredo, Alta Gracia Asios Garcia. For those of you that don't know Alta, she is a lifelong dancer, dance educator, and mentor of Laredo, as well as a former student of Laredo College.
That's right.
As the co-organizers of this event, Cristina Greco, Rene Gonzalez, and myself know that in order to promote our dance department, we need to give our students a chance to participate with professional dancers and eventually add classes of international dance to our program. The aficionados consisted of Laredo patrons and attendees from Austin, San Antonio, and the Valley. It was such a tremendous success that immediately after the tablao, many were asking how they could help for next year. As we know, it takes many people to put together a production of this size. We must first thank Dr. Minita Ramirez Garcia, our president and strongest supporter, Dr. Marisela Rodriguez Tijerina, Cristina Valenciano, Dr. Diana Ortiz, Rene Gonzalez, in back of me, Ruben Villarreal, Community and Media Relations, Marketing and Public Relations, Local Media, and the Laredo College Board of Trustees. I know it is difficult to attend every function with your busy schedules. So I would especially like to thank board members, Lupita Cepeda, Erica Benavides Garcia, Ernestina Vela, and Karina Elizondo for making the time and attending this event. And on behalf of the Laredo College Dance Department, which is my sister and I, we would especially like to thank the Prairie Foundation, who made this initial festival possible through their passion for the arts, and most especially the art of flamenco dance. We are looking forward to making this festival an annual celebration of learning, exploring, experiencing, and sharing the heartbeat of our department with your support. Thank you.
Very nice.
from the board. As Wade mentioned, the Prairie Foundation helped us, so it was under scholarship money. We were very poor things. Christina and I grew up together, and I was like, "You're spending what?" Make sure that it worked out. So we were looking to
Can somebody fix the volume, please? We have 14 people here and nobody can make the volume work.
and so not only were we were able to use the Prairie Foundation money, we had expenses, but we will start beginning the process with next year's thing with $10,000. We are able to make it after our expenses, so. We're able to get it, so this is a video.
We also had a donation from one of the patrons that was there that night who offered $5,000 to add to that. So don't forget to contact Mel, and don't forget to contact Ms. Schwartz, because she also has another chunk of money for y'all.
Mario Vasquez, yes, that's right.
Raise money.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you all. It was fabulous for the. It was amazing.
It was a beautiful event and everybody that attended enjoyed it. Thank you.
Well organized, well attended, but very good.
Next item is 8D, Fall Fest 2024, sponsored by Falcon Bank. Ms. Priscilla Medina.
And happy birthday to her. Today's her birthday.
Say.
Turn it on. I think it's. Is it on?
Maybe it's not on the video or something.
Okay, let me start again.
There
Thank
you go.
very much. Madam Chair, Board of Trustees, Dr. Minita Ramirez, thank you all for having me. For the record, my name is Priscilla Medina, Dean of the South Campus. And I am here to invite everyone. We will be having our annual Fall Fest that is scheduled for Saturday, October the 12th, and it will run from 4 to 9 p.m. I'm happy to announce that also this year is our 20th anniversary for the South Campus. So we will have a small celebration of mariachis and cupcakes for all of the attendees. We will start at 4:30 with our Halloween costume contest, and I do want to mention that for the first year that I was there, we did have only 60 participants that participated. The following year, we had 80. Last year, we had over 135 students that participated in the Halloween costume contest. And we have 6 age groups, so we start them from 2 years old to 18 and over. So we have all ages that come out and participate. So we're very thankful for that. And we also want to thank Falcon Bank, who's our sponsor, and Dr. Diana Ortiz for helping us get that donation. So we do award very nice prizes for all of the first, second, and third place winners. And we do give some gifts to all of the other participants as well. We will continue with the mariachi group and the giving away of the cupcakes for our 20th anniversary celebration. Then we will have our Lucha Libre, which is Lucha Maniacs, that comes out with local and international luchadores that come out and participate, and luchadoras that come out and participate. And then we end up with a band that will be playing from 8 to 9. I'm happy to report that this year we do have a student band that will be participating, and they are, the majority of them are students from the college, and we do have some high school students that are also a part of the group. So we do have a student band that will be playing for us that evening. So I cordially invite everybody to come out and participate. We will be having, I'm very excited because with Pedro Rivera, he has one of his student clubs that will be making brisket, be selling brisket tacos. So they'll be out cooking early in the morning to go ahead and sell brisket tacos. We're very happy with our marketing department. They went ahead and created our poster and our flyer for our this year's Fall Fest. So we thank the marketing department. We thank all of the departments that help out. This event really is to showcase all of our departments. We don't bring, everything is internal. We do not bring out any of the outside vendors. Everything is internal. So our departments, instructional programs, they come out and they present their areas. They showcase, they have activities for the kids. Everything is free, except of course the student clubs will be having food, their food booths. And of course, they will be at a cost. And also we'll be having some inflatables for the children to participate in. So thank you very much, and we encourage everybody to come out and be with us that day. It'll be Saturday, October the 12th from 4 to 9 p.m.
Lots of fun.
Thank you.
A lot of fun, and they're gonna be dancing because I want to see Dr. Minita dancing. She likes cumbias and polkas. So I want to see Dr. Minita, the first one on the floor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Happy
Thank you,
birthday.
Ms. Medina.
Next item is 8E, presentation of Laredo College Safety Manual, Dr. David Ariasola and Ms. Cassandra Salinas.
Would be needed. Sorry. Um, there's enough to where we think we can curtail some of the incidents in the future. So the safety manual, we won't go through the whole thing. It's in your packet, but it is quite a big document, right? So, but we do want you all to know that the reason that we're doing it is it does provide we want to provide some guidelines to prevent injuries and illness. We wanted to cover as many of the general safety issues that we could. And by that, I mean, there's only so far we can go. At some point, it's up to the departments to take over this kind of specialized safety. So while we can say, wear protective equipment or protective gear, wear gloves, or do this, do that. When it comes down to the department level, they're more experts in their field, and they can kind of get a little bit more detailed in their safety procedures. And of course, we do this also to ensure compliance with any federal, state, and local regulations. So some of there's 14 sections in the safety manual, but some of the major ones include just like I said, general safety. We do talk about office safety as far as, the correct way to use a keyboard, correct way to sit, making sure you have the right chair and so on. Using protective equipment, especially for our employees who work more with their hands and do more of the labor intensive work around campus. We do, the manual covers chemical safety, fire and life safety, and laboratory safety. We did work with a lot of folks on campus. Like I said, not so much to develop the manual itself. We did more research on that, but once we kind of put it together, we kind of paraded it around campus to several departments for them to kind of have some input. And we did make quite a few changes even afterwards. So this is a list here of folks that were involved in either the development of the manual or in the revisions of the manual after we have created it. You want to add anything?
So one of the reasons that it did take so long is because Laredo College is a big is a big playground. So we have culinary arts, we have cosmetology, we have labs, we have allied nursing, we have welding. And so going into these departments and really seeing what they do and understanding the risks that it entails. So let's say welding. We do know that we have a full program for welding, and there's risk and there's dangers when it comes to it. And creating this program kind of highlights, these are the general guidelines. This is what we should follow. This is protective measures for me and for the students. And I believe having this is crucial for the institution, just showing that we do care, that we are being proactive, and we are fostering a safe environment.
Any questions for either Cassandra, Feliz, or myself? There'll be a quiz on the safety manual that they
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your help. Next item we have is number 9, board committee reports. We have 9A, Student Success Committee Meeting Report. Ms. Erica Benavides Garcia.
Well, we had our student safety, our student success committee meeting on Monday, the 23rd at 5:30. And on the agenda were several items. The first one was the Laredo College enrollment report. And I'm going to give you all detail. This is super important information, I feel, because that's what people are always asking. Those are the questions that have been asked from us by many, okay? So for credit courses, this is enrollment. For credit courses, the overall enrollment is up by 865 people, and that's an 8.5% increase. Then we have the regular student enrollment, and that is up by 208 students, or 3%. The dual credit enrollment is up by 657 students, or 14.9%. Also, I wanted to let you know that, to note that 45.8% of our current enrollment is dual credit students versus 43 in 2023. So it went up a bit more, okay? Then we have continuing ed. Current continuing ed enrollment is behind by 1,400 students. Enrollment counts are only halfway through September. So I think that's part of the reason why they are down, okay? The course sections. The overall sections are up by 33 sections this year, which is a 2.15% rise. Academic sections are up by 290, and that's a 33% increase. The workforce sections, they did drop by 33%, okay? Continuing ed sections are behind by 66% for Q1, but the fall registration is ongoing. Number 4, comparison report on the number of Laredo College class sections, because I did want to know how we were doing as far as sections. And this report shows this comparison in spring 23 to 24, spring 23 to spring 24. In 23, we had 712 applications. This year, we had 2,386 applications. In 23, there was 3 incompletes. This year, there was 443 incompletes. But in our admittance, last year there was 709, and this year there was 1,943. So it went up by 36%. So we're doing well. That was in the spring. In the summer of 23 compared to the summer of 24, we had 748 applications last year. This summer we had 2,122. Incomplete, we went from 5 to 758. Admitted, we went from 743 to 1,364, which is 54%. So we did very well. Now the fall. For applications, we did have an increase of over 47%. We went from 3,853 applications in 23 to 8,127 in 24. Incompletes went from 51 to 2,431, and admittance went from last year 3,802 to 5,696 for a 66% increase. So we're doing very well, okay, as far as admissions is concerned. We are increasing, I think, by leaps and bounds. I think we're doing well. Then we have the student type comparisons, the different types of students that we have, which are dual, incoming, transfer, and returning. From last year to this year in spring, we had 182 dual types of students, and this year we have 964. Incoming, last year we had 126, and this year we have 679. Transfers, we had 94 last year, and this year we have 232. Returning, we had 210 last year, and this year 511. In the summer, we went up as well, just about as much. And then I'm going to go ahead and give you the fall, which is the fall of 23 to the fall of 24, which is now. We went from dual credits, we went from dual students, we went from 964 to 1,879. We went incoming from 2,122 to 5,371. From transfer students, we went from 167 to 220. And returning students, we went from 600 to 657. So you can see that your hard work, everyone, is paying off. Good job. Congratulations to you all.
Very good. Thank you, ma'am.
All students, okay, then after this, we talked about, how they find out about their acceptance or what they needed. So all students received a letter of their acceptance to Laredo College, and also missing information that was needed by Laredo College via electronic mail as well as traditional mail. Okay, so once we sent all that out, only 1% of acceptance electronic mail was sent back, was kicked back, and less than 1% of the missing info information was kicked back, and that's due to not having a correct email address, and they're working on that. And then for traditional mail, which we sent out as well, 2%, a little over 2% was sent back for acceptance, and a little over 1% was sent back for the missing info. And that was again due to incorrect home addresses. But I think that is fabulous. It's not even, just 2% at the most, so I think that they're also doing a great job this year. And they also let us know that this year, not only do we have students from the United States and Mexico, but from Nigeria and Italy here at Laredo College. So, wow. Next, we went on to the financial aid report. We talked about the FAFSA applications. The financial aid apps received in 23-24 were 11,200. And thus far in 24-25, which really we're just in the second month, going into the third month of school. We are down by 2,500, but really is not much because the 11,000 is the whole year last year. So really, we're doing very well. Okay. 6,374 students were packaged for fall of 2024, and they include the Pell Grants, the SEOG, which is Supplemental Education Opportunity Grant, the OCTPED, which is the On-Campus Texas Public Education Grant, the TEOG, the Texas Educational Opportunity Grant, and the SCHL. Really, guys, I don't know what that means. School, I don't know, just school. Of those,
Scholarship.
scholarships, is that
SCHL? Yeah,
scholarships? I was like, school? Anyway, of those 6,000, of those 6,374, 4,212 have already enrolled. So that is excellent. In monies, for federal, we got 12.2 million in Pell Grants, and we've given out 6.5 million. We got 160,000 in Supplemental Education Opportunity Grants, and we've given out 115,000. As for state monies, we got 160,000 in OCTPED, and we've given out 145,000, and $1 million in the Texas Educational Opportunity Grant, and we've given out $750,000. The FAFSA release date is December the 1st. Now, for the FAFSA, they did let us know that the number of questions that they have to answer now is 36, and I think in the past it was over 100 questions that they had in the FAFSA. They've improved the user experience based on feedback from other colleges and universities. Their new features and improvements include enhanced navigation and help tools, and they've streamlined questions for easier completion of the FAFSA. And last but not least, we talked about the meal plan. Okay, this year there was $1 million available, the budget available from the budget, and there was 2,339 eligible students. As of now, which was as of Monday, 1,401 students are using it, and on the average, it's 500 students. And on that day, we had our meeting, 592 students used their meal plan. Then they went over and let us know that 938 students had probably not used it because either one, they didn't have a Palomino ID, they didn't know, or they're going to start classes until the second 8 weeks. Okay. They also did report to us that not all funds will be exhausted. We have safeguarded over 467,000 for the spring and the summer of 2025. Important developments that they're actively promoting are the Libby's at Fort McIntosh, the food from Libby's, and Chick-fil-A at the South Campus. And that's it. So it was very, very good.
Very good.
Congratulations to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You do deserve a round of applause.
The next item we have is 9B, Finance and Audit Committee Meeting Report. Mr. Jorge J.D. Delgado.
Discussed this in the past, Madam Chair, that I should not be going after Ms. Erica Benavides. But here we go. All right, so during the recent Laredo College Finance and Audit Committee meeting, several essential financial items were definitely presented for review. Now, obviously, while no decisions were made during the committee, we definitely thoroughly discussed each proposal, committee of one for this one. It was noted that the majority, if not all of the items discussed are fundamental to the college's basic operations and, of course, its ability to continue providing services efficiently. Obviously, the committee remains committed, and of course, this board remains committed to making decisions with the best interest of the taxpayer and our faculty, staff, and students in mind. Just a quick overview, we went over the preliminary financial report on which Mr. Cesar Vela provided an overview of the college's financial position as for the year-to-date for August 2024. We discussed also the bank depository contract extension with Falcon Bank, if I'm not mistaken, which was on a 2-year extension. We also discussed for the library, the acquisition of serials and periodicals, which is more for maintenance and operations. Also some fixtures with regards to a 5-year service agreement with Train, for the HVAC water treatment services. Surveillance, system update with regards to campus safety. Battery backups, which were basically reaching its end of life, and so got to make sure that we have those. Computer refresh, more importantly for the Law Enforcement Academy labs. The Texas DIR Telecom Services Annual Renewal, on which it was Mr. Vela presented the renewal of telecom services, which is essential for maintaining the college's communication infrastructure, as we continue to move forward in upgrading. We had the Texas Connection Consortium maintenance invoices as well. Overall, the community recognized that the items presented are critical to the basic operations of the college. Special thanks, of course, to Mr. Cesar Vela and the administration and the entire team for their diligent work in preparing and presenting these operationally essential items. Their efforts ensure that not only the committee, but also this board is fully informed as it continues to consider the college's financial priorities. And that is all.
Thank you, Mr. Delgado. The next item I have is 9C, Building Committee Meeting Report. Mr. Delgado.
Yes, to move quickly, we definitely we received, along with Judge and of course the Honorable Ms. Cepeda that was present. We had a construction update with regards to all the pending projects and all the concurrent projects that are ongoing, in which for Mr. Homer Pice and Mr. Tijerina presented to us, as well as for any projects related to the Laredo College facilities were presented an update along with, any issues that may come about, which thankfully everything is moving along progressively, I should say. No, it's a pretty nice short meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Delgado. Next item I have is the consent agenda. We have 10A through 10J.
Motion to approve?
Second?
So I have a motion by Ms. Cindy Liendo and I have a second by Mr. Delgado. Any discussion? None heard. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item we have is discussion and possible action, 11A, approval of board members' travel and reimbursement of reasonable travel expenses to the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, SACSCOC, annual meeting as per Laredo College Board policies, BBG local, board members, compensation and expenses, and BBH local, board members, conventions, conferences, and workshop. Ms. Lupita Cepeda, Mr. Esteban Rangel, Ms. Erica Benavides Garcia, and Ms. Ernestina Tita Cantuvela.
Motion to approve?
Second?
I have a motion by Ms. Lindo and I have a second by Mr. Delgado. Any discussion? None heard, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 11B is adoption of resolution approving Laredo College District Board nominees of candidates for the Webb County Appraisal District Board of Directors, Ms. Lupita Cepeda and Dr. Minita Ramirez. And I believe I need to read the resolution before it's approved, Mr. Muir?
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have to elect someone first or she reads it first?
Do I read it first or we elect somebody
Does
first?
the resolution have somebody elected in?
Uh,
Someone noted in it?
There's no names on it.
Okay, and then you would have to elect somebody first.
If I heard him right, you said we need to elect somebody?
Let me review this one.
Intermission.
The resolution itself is stating that candidates are going to be nominated. And that you're passing a resolution listing candidates that are nominated from the Laredo College for placing the ballot for the election. So you are going to have to identify candidates. If the intention is to pass this resolution, because otherwise you would pass a resolution without needing.
So we nominate someone first?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ms. Tita Vela has nominated Erica Benavides Garcia.
Second.
So I have a motion by Ms. Vela, sorry, and I have a second by Ms. Liendo. Any discussion? None heard? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So now I read the resolution?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution in order of the Laredo College to nominate a candidate to the Webb County Appraisal District Board of Directors. Whereas pursuant to section 6.03 of the Property Tax Code, the Laredo College has received notice on September 19th, 2024 from the Chief Appraiser of the Webb County Appraisal District of the 519 number of votes to which Laredo College is entitled to. And whereas pursuant to section 6.03 of the Property Tax Code, each taxing unit entitled to vote on the election may nominate by resolution one candidate for each position to be filled on the Board of Directors. And whereas section 6.3 of the Property Tax Code provides that the presiding officer of the governing board shall submit by resolution names of the Laredo College nominees to the Chief Appraiser of the Webb County Appraisal District before October 15, 2024. And whereas the foregoing is a necessary prelude for the preparation of the ballot by the Chief Appraiser of the Webb County Appraisal District, which ballot will be submitted to each of the taxing units prior to October 30th, 2024, for further action by the Laredo College. And whereas the Laredo College is entitled to cast 519 votes in total for one or more of the nominated candidates. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the Laredo College that the following person are nominated as candidate for the Laredo College for placing on the ballot for election of the next Board of Directors of the Webb County Appraisal District. Erica Benavides Garcia. A copy of this resolution shall be delivered to Bobby Perigoy, Chief Appraiser of the Webb County Appraisal District, by or on behalf of the President before October 15th, 2024, or as soon thereafter as possible. Passed by the Laredo College Board of Trustees and approved by the President this 26th day of September 2024. Do we need to make a motion on the resolution?
You would, Madam President, we'd have to make a motion to adopt the resolution. And if the board does in fact adopt it, then your candidate would be Ms. Erica Benavides.
Okay. So
Motion to adopt.
I have a motion by Ms. Vela. I have a second by Mr. Delgado. Any discussion? None heard? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item is number 12, President's Remarks and Reports. I have 12A, Annual Laredo College Title IX Report, 12B, Campus Police Personnel and Travel Reports, and 12C, President's Remarks. Dr. Minita Ramirez.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I'm going to begin with our Title IX report. Under the Texas Education Code, Section 51.253C, the institution's chief executive officer is required to submit a report at least once during each fall or spring semester to the institution's governing body and post on the institution's internet website a report concerning the reports received by employees under the Texas Education Code, Section 51.252, concerning sexual harassment, sexual assault, dating violence, or stalking, as defined in the Texas Education Code, Section 51.251, and any disciplinary actions taken under Texas Education Code, Section 51.255. For the purpose of complying with the Chief Executive Officer's report requirements under the Texas Education Code, the attached summary data report includes all of the required reportings information to the Laredo College Board of Trustees for the time period of September 1, 2023 through August 31st, 2024. The summary data report is categorized based on the report requirements under Texas Education Code. The reports received may be applicable to multiple reporting categories, and therefore the summary data in the categories may not always add up. So I'm happy to announce, Madam Chair, that in your packet you have the report. And there were 0 reports for all of the 24 year. So, but as required by law, we have to present it to the Board of Trustees at an open hearing and an open meeting. And so, it does not require any kind of action, but it does require presentation to the board. So I do want to congratulate, our staff, Raquel, who's sitting back there very carefully, diligently working all the time. And I want to say Aleman all the time, sorry, Raquel. But her and the team and Dr. Ariasola, because the police department, this is a team effort, and all the employees, all faculty, all staff who have been trained and notified and understand that if ever anyone hears anything, by law, we are required to report it and investigate it. Fortunately for us, this has not been the case for us at this time. I think that we're very fortunate, and I'm happy to announce that. Then our crime log report, you also have that in your packets. You know, we don't have a lot of crime on campus, thank goodness, and I think that's to the presence of our police department and the work that they're doing in trying to help. They really are a service police department. They help students, and they certainly guide students through process, and employees and staff. And so I do want to commend them for their service on our campuses, because you know, they're doing a great job. And recently, when we had that huge storm, they were out here. They were out here checking the facilities. They were out here through the storm. They don't ever leave. And so kudos to them for their commitment to their job, and certainly to Laredo College. We do have, I do want to report a couple of things. As you saw this evening, we have a lot of things happening and a lot of things going on. And so I do want to take a moment to recognize all of the executive leadership team, because they're all really doing some incredible work. I do see that Dr. Esmeralda Vargas is still in the room. You all received my email. We're thrilled that she is now our permanent dean for health sciences, and we thank her for her commitment to Laredo College. And you know, so much of that, Dr. Horacio Salinas, are you still here? Dean of Workforce, who gladly was ready to say, yeah, I'm ready for a change. And so we're happy for that. And as we prepare for next year, I know I keep saying this, but it is important. As we prepare for next year for SACS, as we align all of our strategic planning, our master planning, our technology planning, our marketing planning, everything has to align and meet the same goals. We all have to be rowing in the same direction. And sometimes it's hard. And sometimes it's difficult for folks. And it's hard to understand, because the bigger picture is not always clear. And so for us, as part of this leadership team, we have that difficult job sometimes to have to just say, we've got to keep rowing, we've got to keep pushing. And the currents do get tough. And so I do want to say thank you to all of you for your support, for your commitment, for your guidance and your patience, because I know sometimes you all try to reach out, and I don't always answer immediately, but certainly know that the work is ongoing, and the team is really pushing forward in many different directions. I do want to remind you all that I will be out next week, Monday through Thursday. Ms. Veronica Cardenas, our Director of HR, and I will be at a conference. As I mentioned to you all before, she's this year's state HR Director's State Organizations Vice President, and I am accompanying her to one of her national meetings. And so I think it's important for us to show support to everyone. And so we're moving along. And so thank you all very much. And I'll keep it short, because I know everybody wants to go see the Cowboys. By the way, I think they're still winning.
Okay.
No time
Thank
for
you,
jokes.
Dr.
Before I say goodbye, please take note, we have a lot of activities coming up.
Yes.
And so we just felt like it would be easier if you just put it on your refrigerator. And so, there's so many things happening in all of the different departments. I do want to say that Dr. Borecki did, for our understanding is that his trip to Poland was incredible and outstanding, and later this fall, we are going to have a small reception where we're going to honor him, and he may grace us with playing the piano, or we'll get someone to play the piano, but certainly honor him for the incredible recognition that he received in Poland. And so, thank you all very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ramirez. Next item I have is the next meeting date is Wednesday, October 30th, 2024 at 6 p.m. That's going to be our regular monthly Board of Trustees meeting. Also want you to remind everybody, we have the Laredo College Golf Tournament this Saturday at Lake Casablanca. So if everybody can attend and participate a little bit, please do.
May I add,
Yes.
would it be okay for Dr. Ortiz to give you a little wrap up? Because that's been a huge
Sure.
success. Dr. Ortiz, do you have 5 minutes to do that?
What?
Hurry, because, no, I'm just kidding. No.
Cowboys are losing anyway.
Just to let everybody know, we invite all of the board to come, this Saturday at the Casablanca. Kickoff time tee off time will probably be around 8 o'clock. Of course, in the afternoon, well, for you all, y'all have to be there at 7:15. The golfers have to be there at 7:15. But certainly, the actual ceremony will take place right around 1 o'clock. So you're welcome to show up and join us. The prizes are amazing. We have over 105 players registered. And certainly, if you all know that the Laredo Open is currently taking place, we're competing with a huge tournament. So it's a true testament to so many of our sponsors and so many supportive players that are going to be participating. And we look to make this an incredible fundraiser that's going to be supporting our programmatic and scholarship areas for the college. And the team, of course, the committee is made up of a core group of individuals that have been participating as they did last year. Diana Espinosa, if you know her, thank her. A big part of the funding is a result of her work. Of course, the development team, the IT department and media, community and media relations, as well as a lot of support departments such as, Dr. Fred, the events team, the HR team, accounting will be there. So it's a big event that is a true collaboration, and we welcome all of you all to be there on Saturday. We have 4 sponsors that will have team tent locations, which is something new for us. And we will be giving out over I think it's $800 in cash prizes, assorted prizes, 26 different prizes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, giving a lot of prizes and gifts for the tournament players.
Thank you, Dr. Ortiz.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay, says I'm going.
So do I have a motion?
So moved.
So I have a motion by Mr. Delgado to adjourn, second by Mrs. Vela. Any discussion? None heard. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
You didn't finish the mint.